Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of B&B Sports Talk. And today, actually before we get started, I want to thank any of you who may have watched my Pro Bowl highlight video. It's got about 6,500 views, so I just, big thank you. That's just amazing. So, let's jump into this. Today we're going to be picking the winner of the Super Bowl, Denver against Seattle, and I'm obviously a huge. You probably know by now I'm a huge Seahawks fan. They're my favorite team. They're my team, but so it's definitely a hard pick. But I think I can justify it with my head as well because I feel like I truly believe that defense wins championships. I love what I heard Stephen A. Smith say. He says, "Offense wins games, but defense wins championships." And I think you can compare that to the Ducks, actually, because their offense wins them a lot of games and they score a lot of points. But when it comes time, against Stanford and whatnot, their defense, Stanford's defense wins it for them, and I think it can be looked at this way against Denver. Denver's won a lot of games this year with their offense, and I just feel like Seattle's defense can not stop them, but slow them down enough to win the game. I see it as a 27-24 game, and I think Seattle, I believe there's not a lot of people who think their offense can get over 21 points, and I don't have a ton of faith in Denver's defense. It's been good in the playoffs, but I don't think it's really that great of a defense. I mean, it's flammable. It's torchable. So I think the Beast, Marshawn Lynch, is going to have a big day. I see him getting over 100 yards again he's done that in both the first two playoff games against good defenses, the Saints and the 49ers, and I see him doing that against Denver, and I'm going to make a bold prediction. I think Russell Wilson will be the MVP of the Super Bowl. I think he's going to have a big game. And I think he's going to run around a bit more than maybe we've seen, because this is it, man. There's nothing to save yourself for, and I just think, I really hope Percy Harvin, he's going to play in this game, and I really hope he lasts. I would like to see them use him sparingly, like maybe on third down or something, because I just don't feel like he's in game form, especially Super Bowl form. But the offense has moved the ball better when he is in there, so I would like to see that happen. But yeah, I think again, the defense matches up well with Denver's offense. I think Sherman on Demaryius Thomas, and then see what's being overlooked is we have a lot of guys who can cover now. It's not just Richard Sherman. We've got Maxwell can cover. Chancellor and Thomas are beasts, and I think Thurman can cover and Lane. I mean, we got guys to cover. And then I think we can get pressure on Peyton Manning with 4 linemen, because we've been doing that all year to teams. Getting pressure with 4 men. So I'm going to hang on and pick Seattle 27-24.
I picked Seattle for 2 reasons. Number one reason is, Seattle gets a lot of credit about having the best defense, but it doesn't get a lot of credit for its offense, which I think its offense is underrated. I think it has a good offense, just maybe not as good as its defense. But I think their offense will be ample to take on the Broncos defense, which has been known to be soft. And I also think that the Seahawks defense will be able to handle Peyton Manning because their defense is designed to take on traditional passing and running teams like the Broncos. And I picked the point spread. I can't justify it now. Granted, Broncos offense is still going to put up points, so I couldn't justify the Broncos scoring 24 points. So I said 27-30 with Seattle coming out on top. And also the second reason I picked Seattle is Peyton Manning is not a cold weather quarterback. If it's going to get below 40 degrees, Peyton Manning's not going to have a very good day. I believe his record for games played in under 40 degrees is like 8-19. So it's going to be played in New Jersey, so I wouldn't expect it to be, balmy. So I think he won't be at his best. So, and he's pretty much what they have. Their running back, pretty good. I think that's why I got them. That's why I got Seattle pulling out, because Seattle's stacked. And if you look at the preseason, I'm not saying the preseason matters during the regular season, but still, the Seattle whoops the Broncos in the preseason. So
yeah, I think that's worth bringing up. I mean, it's still a game that was played, and granted it was in Seattle, but
nobody wins in Seattle.
It still did happen. So, and I think it's a good point. I think Seattle's offense is a little bit underrated because, I mean, they do rely on the big play. They have a hard time kind of dinking and dunking down the field, but I want to give a shout out to Doug Baldwin, because he does not get enough credit. This guy is a very good player. People just kind of talk about Golden Tate as the only receiver they have, and he's very good too. But I think Baldwin, he doesn't get enough credit. When we need big plays, he seems to be the one making those plays. So, I think the offense, in the end, I think Seattle just makes 1 or 2 more plays than Denver does. And as you said, Manning, is not usually at his best in the cold. So, yeah, that's what we got there for the Super Bowl. You have anything else to say?
No, I think that about wraps it up.
Alright, so I got 27-24 Seattle. He's got 30-27. So, should be a great game. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we are out.